Movie review: When Love Turns Dark, showing on Imable TV, starring Adeka, Sandra Okunzuwa, Teari Moro, Folakimi Bello, Shinier Winfred. After watching this movie, one thing stood out to me: childhood trauma can shape and sometimes destroy a person's future. Parents who abuse their spouses in front of their children often forget that these kids are absorbing everything. They're not raising children, they're grooming another generation of broken adults. And to the women who stay in abusive marriages just so the children can have both parents, and when you die, the child still grows up. The cycle continues, and they become a reflection of the monster you endured in silence. That said, I also believe children from toxic homes have a choice. You don't have to mirror the bad examples you witnessed. Samson had every opportunity to live differently, but he chose to emulate his father. He knew his father often got away with anything, and that emboldened him to continue his own reckless behavior. What's frustrating is that Samson never truly learned from his mistakes, no matter the consequences. Now, onto the movie itself. Some scenes raise serious questions. 1. When Drew brought Rebecca home from the bar, she was very drunk and asked her flatmate Shade if he could check back the next day. Shade agreed. But when the next day came, Shade was still in the same dress and makeup. For clarity, check 45 minutes into the movie too. When Rebecca asked Drew, "What are you doing here in Abuja?" That sounded like a conversation between old friends unexpectedly meeting in another city, not to people who met under tense circumstances. A more natural question would have been, "Where are you working?" Or "How long have you been in Abuja?" Not "What are you doing here in Abuja?" Similarly, when Rebecca asked, "Is that why you relocated to Abuja?" Nowhere in their conversation did Drew mention relocating. Another gap. Why was Rebecca so certain Chinedu died in the accident? If he truly died, where was his body? And for the police to say he was in a fatal accident when that wasn't true, something clearly went wrong somewhere. At 1 hour 6 minutes, when Chinedu returned to his mother's former home, the performance from the new occupant fell flat. She should have spoken in the past tense. If she had only recently moved in, for example, "I hear say she don d." And if Chinedu had asked about his mother's body, what would her response have been? How exactly did Rebecca meet Shade? Was she a work colleague turned friend? The movie doesn't explain. At 1 hour 37 minutes, how did the gateman know his boss had taken his passport? Samson did that privately in his room, and the gateman wasn't there. And how did Shade and the police track Rebecca's body? The ending left more questions than answers. The movie was riddled with avoidable gaps that weakened its impact. Rating will be 1/10 for me. Exactly. I was surprised when they moved to the place where Bika's body was kept. My question is, did Rebecca die? Can humans be so cruel to the extent of making an innocent person serve another's jail term? Kai. So inhumane. I was surprised as the movie lacked a timeline. Yes, ma'am. People are so cruel. So many people living in prison aren't there for crimes they committed. I saw it yesterday. I kind of enjoyed it. Have decided to be overlooking YouTube movies error because it's a low-budget movie.